Full of energy and packed with cultural attractions, Madrid is a modern metropolis that offers a taste of the real Spain. Wide avenues are congested with traffic, but beautiful parks break up the urban sprawl. Madrid doesn't have the traditional charm of Andalusia or the beauty of Barcelona. Instead, it offers exciting atmosphere. The city is constantly buzzing with activity. An abundance of art museums and monuments will keep tourists too busy to take siestas. The world-class Prado Museum displays an endless array of masterpieces created during the Golden Age of Spain, and the 18th century royal palace rivals Versailles. Save energy for the evening when the city really comes to life. Madrileños love going out on the town, and the Paseo por la Noche evening stroll is a cherished ritual. If possible, avoid visiting during summer when the heat is oppressive. Spring or fall are the best times to appreciate Madrid. A truly world-class museum, the Prado Museum has a collection of more than 5,000 paintings that rivals the Louvre collection in Paris. Spanish paintings from the 12th century to the early 19th century form the majority of the collection, and many are famous masterpieces. The assortment of paintings by Francisco de Goya includes a remarkable 140 works. The collection also covers Italian, Flemish, French, British, and German paintings as well as neoclassical Italian sculptures. The Prado Museum displays around 2,300 pieces of the collection in more than 100 rooms on 3 floors. Trying to see it all in one visit can be daunting, but it's possible to focus on a specific itinerary of masterpieces. The Prado suggests routes, self-guided tours of specific works. These routes showcase the most renowned pieces in the collection, including the famous painting of the Prado, Las Meninas. This magnificent painting of the Spanish royal family of Felipe IV was created by Velázquez in 1656. Other must-see works among the museum's top 50 masterpieces include The Annunciation by Fra Angelico, Christ washing the disciples' feet by Tintoretto, The Descent from the Cross by Rogier van der Weyden, Jacob's Dream by José de Ribera, The 3rd of May by Goya, The Immaculate Conception by Murillo, The Self-Portrait by Durer, Adoration of the Shepherds by El Greco, Parnassus by Poussin, and The Garden of Earthly Delights by Bosch. Visitors can also opt to use the museum's audio guide for a small fee, which includes a tour of 50 masterpieces. Die-hard art lovers can select the full-version audio guide tour that covers 250 works. Tourists will also appreciate the museum's gift shop and the café with a pleasant outdoor terrace. In association with the Prado Museum, the Church of San Jerónimo el Real behind the museum displays a noteworthy collection of 17th-century Spanish religious paintings. This grandiose palace is the Spanish version of Versailles, a royal court designed to impress. Rising above a steep slope overlooking the lush gardens, the palace is built entirely of granite and white columnar stone. The palace was commissioned by Philip V in the 18th century. The majestic neoclassical facade features Ionic columns and Doric pilasters based on drawings that the sculptor Bernini originally intended for the Louvre in Paris. The balustrade features statues of Spanish kings. The most striking feature of the interior is the imposing staircase at the entrance hallway, with a fresco of the Triumph of Religion and the church that leads up to the main floor. The King Charles III apartments are among the beautiful rooms in the royal palace. A masterpiece of Rococo style, the Salon de Gasparini features graceful chinoiserie, an intricately patterned marble floor, and carefully matched silk wall hangings. The Salon del Trono throne room is adorned with frescoes by Tiepolo including The Greatness of the Spanish Monarchy, one of his finest works. Still used for state ceremonies, the throne room is clad in sumptuous red velvet and decorated with valuable tapestries, mirrors, furniture, and chandeliers. Throughout the palace, masterpieces of art decorate the walls, paintings by Velázquez, Goya, Rubens, El Greco, and Caravaggio, and exquisite Flemish and French tapestries. History buffs will want to visit the palace's royal armory, which contains 3,000 exhibits dating back to the 16th century. This elegant 17th-century plaza was built during the reign of Philip III. The Plaza Mayor was a center of commerce and municipal life as well as the scene of ceremonial events such as the proclamation of a new king and the canonization of saints. The square also served as a venue for bullfights, dramatic performances, and nightly tournaments. Today, the Plaza Mayor continues to be an important gathering place in Madrid. The expansive cobblestone square is a pedestrian precinct with many outdoor cafes that are popular with tourists as well as with the local Madrileños. The restaurants in the arcaded area of the square offer traditional ambience and cuisine. On each side of the square are arched entrances linking it with the main streets of Calle de Toledo, the Calle Mayor, and the Calle Postas. The Puerta del Sol was named after the sun emblem on the old city gate which formerly stood here. This spacious town square aligns with the rising sun. Besides being a hub of public transportation with several bus stops and metro entrances, the Puerta del Sol is also the kilometer zero point from which all distances on the Spanish national road network are measured. The Puerta del Sol has been the scene of many historic events, including the Spanish resistance to Napoleon on May 2, 1808, and in 1931, the Second Republic was proclaimed here. Nowadays the square is a place to hang out and enjoy life. Lined with shops and cafes, the Puerta del Sol is still one of the liveliest squares in Madrid. Just off the Puerta del Sol is Madrid's largest department store, El Corte Inglés, which sells everything from clothes, shoes, and swimsuits to traditional Spanish fans. Also nearby is La Violeta, an old-fashioned confection shop that offers the Madrid specialty of violet candies. The Buen Retiro Park, Parque del Retiro, is an oasis of peace in the heart of Madrid. Just beyond the busy streets, this lush 120-hectare park offers an escape from the hustle and bustle of the city. Created for the Count Duke of Olivares in the 17th century, the historic park has an elegant ambience with its lovely landscaping and tree-lined paths. For the main entrance at the Plaza de Independencia, visitors arrive at the pool in the center of the park. From here, paths lead to the enchanting Rosaleda Rose Garden and the formal French Jardin de Don Cecilio. The Palacio de Crystal Palace is a splendid sight with its graceful fountain. Visitors will find other interesting fountains, including Los Galapagos the turtles, El Angel Caído the fallen angel, and La Alcacho for the artichoke. A pleasant pastime among locals is sitting at one of the park's open-air cafes, while basking in the sun or relaxing in the shade according to the season. For stargazers, the park has an observatory that was built in 1790. Near Retiro Park, at 54 Calle de Alcala, is Madrid's fanciest patisserie shop Pasteleria Vate, which offers exquisite cakes, cookies, pastries, chocolate candies, and hot chocolate. The National Archaeological Museum is Madrid's most important museum after the Museo del Prado. The museum was founded by Queen Isabel II in 1867 and has a rich collection of artifacts from prehistoric times to the 19th century. Exhibits feature archaeological finds, ethnography, decorative arts from antiquity, and ancient coins. The permanent collection includes pieces from various time periods and locations, such as Egyptian mummies, Hispano-Roman objects of art, Islamic archaeology, and Madeira ceramics. One of the most prized possessions of the collection is the bust of the Lady of Elche. The museum's library features publications on art, history, and archaeology. The Tussan-Bornemisza Museum presents an overview of European art from the 13th century to the late 20th century. With nearly 1,000 artworks on display, the collection covers the Renaissance, the Baroque period, Rococo, Romanticism, Impressionism, Fauvism, Expressionism, modern art and pop art. The museum also has an excellent collection of 19th-century American paintings. This high-caliber collection includes renowned masterpieces such as Christ and the Samaritan Woman by Duccio di Buonansegna, Venus and Cupid by Rubens, The Annunciation by El Greco, Young Knight by Vittor Carpaccio, Jesus Among the Doctors by Albrecht Dürer, Charing Cross Bridge by Monet, Dancer in Green by Edward Degas, and Les Vecinos by Vincent van Gogh. Opened by Queen Sofia in 1986, the Centro d'Art de Reina Sofia is Madrid's avant-garde center for contemporary art. The sleek modern building was created by the architect Antonio Fernandez Alba and has features that recall the Pompidou Center in Paris, especially the three glass towers that has the elevators on the outside of the building. Another wonderful surprise to visitors is the charming garden in the inner courtyard filled with imaginative sculptures. In its thorough representation of Spanish contemporary art, the collection includes remarkable masterpieces such as works by Juan Miró, Pablo Picasso, and Salvador Dali. The artworks are displayed in various rooms spread out in a vast exhibition space of 39,000 square meters. The museum also has a bookshop, cafeteria, and restaurant. Along the banks of the Manzanares River, the Hermitage of San Antonio de la Florida is an important historic pilgrimage site. This church still hosts an annual festival in honor of St. Anthony of Padua. Those who appreciate the artwork of Francisco de Goya will want to take a look inside the chapel. The interior is decorated with frescoes by Goya, which are among his finest works. The frescoes illustrate the theme of the miracle performed by St. Anthony, while also depicting scenes of everyday life in Madrid. The frescoes reveal Goya's boldness of artistic style and revolutionary painting techniques. They were painted at a turning point in Goya's career and are considered a precursor of modern painting. The chapel is designated a national monument and is no longer used for religious services to protect the frescoes. The Church of San Francisco El Grande was built in 1761 for a Franciscan friary. The church was designed by Fray Francisco Cabezas, who modeled the architectural plan on the Church of Santa Maria in Campitelli in Rome. The neoclassical facade and dome were added in 1770. The interior features a circular plan with an inspiring dome and 6 chapels. The chapels display paintings by Miela, Velázquez, and Goya. In the first chapel on the left are Goya's San Bernardino, and Velázquez's St. Bonaventure and the appearance of the Virgin to St. Anthony. The church also contains a painting of St. Bonaventure by Zurbarán. The church museum displays a variety of religious art and artifacts. The famous Cibeles fountain Fuente de Cibeles stands in a major traffic intersection and is one of the most emblematic monuments in Madrid. Created in 1782 by Francisco Gutierrez and Roberto Michel, the impressive traffic-stopping fountain depicts the Roman goddess Cybele riding a lion-drawn chariot. Behind the fountain is the Palacio de Cibeles Cultural Center, which hosts art exhibitions and workshops, conferences and concerts. The Centro Palacio de Cibeles has 2 restaurants, the Colegion Cibeles Cafeteria and the Cibeles Palace Restaurant. Nearby Via Calle de Alcalá is one of Madrid's most popular shopping streets, the Gran Via. Tourists will find many restaurants, hotels, and theaters on this bustling street. Just off the Gran Via on Calle de Jovellanos, the famous Teatro de la Zarzuela offers renowned performances of zarzuela, a unique type of satirical opera with songs accompanied by classical Spanish guitar music. The Lázaro Galdiano Museum displays the exceptional private collection of financier Lázaro Galdiano housed in his mansion, Parque Florido. The museum has an extensive collection of around 9,000 artworks exhibited in 30 rooms. From armor, coins, and medals to jewelry, baroque crystal, and tapestries, the collection is extremely diverse. Be sure to see the 16th to 17th century Spanish paintings by famous masters including El Greco, Goya, Velázquez, Zurbarán, Ribera, Pereda, and Murillo. Among the masterpieces are El Aquelarre by Goya, San Francisco and Ecstasis by El Greco, Meditaciones de San Juan Bautista by Hieronymus Bosch, Cabeza de Muchacha by Velázquez, El Salvador Adolescente by Giovanni Boltraffio, and La Tienda by Luis Parrot. In La Montana Park close to Plaza de España, visitors can see one of Madrid's most surprising monuments, an ancient Egyptian temple. A gift from Egypt, the Debod Temple was brought to Madrid in 1968. The temple was built for King Adad-Kalamani in the 2nd century BC and includes several shrines, a spacious hall, and a terrace on the upper level. Well-preserved original decorations are found inside, rare for an archaeological site. Peaceful gardens surrounding the monument feature reflective pools and a fountain, creating a magical effect. This charming museum is dedicated to the work of Joaquín Sorolla, the most famous Spanish Impressionist artist. Displayed in beautiful, bright rooms, the collection includes a broad representation of the artist's paintings and drawings. Be sure to see the museum's lovely patio adorned with a gurgling fountain and Andalusian-style decorative tile work. This grand neoclassical triumphal arch was commissioned by King Carlos III to celebrate the arrival of the monarchs to Spain's capital city. The monument was designed by Francesco Sabatini and built between 1769 and 1778. Nearly 30 meters high, the elegant granite entrance gate makes a grand impression. The facade is adorned with sculptures, capitals, and decorative reliefs. Hotels anywhere between the Royal Palace and Retiro Park, an area that includes both Plaza Mayor and Plaza Porto del Sol, are convenient for sightseeing. Most major tourist attractions lie in these neighborhoods, with the greatest concentration of art museums along Paseo del Prado, the famed Mile of Art, paralleling Retiro Park. These highly rated hotels in Madrid are all in this central area. Luxury Hotels Catalonia Las Cortesas between Plaza Mayor and the Prado Art Museum, and offers free snacks throughout the day, good for those not accustomed to Madrid's late dining hours. Hotel Atlántico on Gran Via, in the heart of the shopping district and an easy walk from all the major attractions, has a rooftop terrace and offers free airport pickup. The Western Palace Madrid occupies an elegant Belle Epoque building on Paseo del Prado opposite the Thyssen-Bornemisza Musa Museum, a 5-minute walk to the Prado. Mid-range hotels Ibis Styles Madrid Prado has comfortable, basic rooms, some with balconies, near Paseo del Prado. NH Madrid National is opposite the Botanic Gardens on Paseo del Prado, near the Atocha rail station. Our Trip Hotel gets raves for its large modern rooms and boutique atmosphere, although it's somewhat south of the center and a 10-minute walk from the Reina Sofia Museum and Atocha station. Budget hotels between the Royal Palace and Puerta del Sol. Hotel Francisco I is on a no-traffic street amid shops and restaurants. Roommate Mario, also near the Palace and Gran Via Shopping, is chic and modern with its cutting-edge design. Close to Plaza Mayor, Mailing Hotel has large rooms with a minimalist decor and excellent service. Sightseeing tours. If you want to see the city's top attractions without the hassle of navigating your way around the city, the 4-hour Madrid Combo City Sightseeing and Scythian Prado Museum tour blends two of the city's most popular tours. Enjoy a 3-hour tour around the city in an air-conditioned coach, learning all about Madrid's culture and history, and then save time and skip the lines with a fast-track entrance ticket into the Prado Museum included in your tour. For a more intimate way to see the sights, consider the Madrid Segway Tour, which includes a safety briefing, helmet, English-speaking guide, and either a 1.5 or 2.5-hour city tour. This is a small group excursion with a maximum of 10 people. Day trip tours. Picturesque towns steeped in history and beautiful scenery surrounds Madrid, and the easiest way to explore them is on a day trip tour from the city. These tours allow you to sit back and relax on an air-conditioned coach without worrying about driving and finding your way, and many include entrance tickets to key attractions. The full-day Ávila and Segovia day trip includes a tour of these World Heritage-listed cities and entrance to the Basilica of San Vicente in Ávila and the Alcázar in Segovia. More history and culture awaits on the Toledo half-day or full-day trip, where you can admire masterpieces from El Greco and stroll the city's medieval streets. The tour covers guided walking tours and entrance to the Church of St. Tomé, the Synagogue of Santa Maria la Blanca, and the Monastery of San Juan de los Reyes. Choose the full-day tour and you also score entrance into the Cathedral of Toledo. You can explore more World Heritage-listed splendor on the El Escorial Monastery and the Valley of the Fallen tour. This 5-hour day trip from the city includes transport by air-conditioned coach, entrance fees, and a local guide. You also have the option to add a half-day Madrid sightseeing tour. Hotels.